It's time for the October 2025 Collier County Greater Naples Market Update. This channel focuses on everything to do with living in Southwest Florida. If you're thinking about buying or selling, or you just have real estate questions, call or text me at 239-450-5786. Or if you'd like to schedule a free, no obligation informational Zoom call, click the link below. As we begin to look at the September 2025 results, I have to say that September was a great month personally for me. Yes, 2024 and 2025 have been rough years for the industry, but I've been blessed to be active during the entire time. Certainly not at the pace that anyone, buyers or sellers, really want to be at in this current market. But the reality is that my results hold up to the fact that homes in Collier County, Greater Naples, are bought and sold every single day. So as we begin to take a look at these numbers, let's take a look to see how the market is responding and trending based on the current news. Now, it's going to take some months before we see the real impact of slightly lower interest rates, gas prices starting to have a 2 in front of them most of the time. It's going to take a little while before we really see how that impacts real estate in a whole. But here in Southwest Florida, every realtor that I know and am friends with, they are starting to get busy again. So let's take a look at the October 2025 market update for Collier County, Greater Naples, looking at September 2025 MLS results. Let's begin. As a reminder, as we go through these numbers, I'm giving you the raw data taken directly out of the Southwest Florida MLS system for Collier County for the month ending of September 2025. As you can see, I don't filter any results. And if I do ever apply a filter, I let you know that the number is filtered. So let's begin. We're going to begin with the closed average price, which is $1,051,641. Now that's up 2.7%, but that's pretty stable number, and up from even 2023. But you know, Collier County is a very unique market. When we look at the closed median price, the median number is $587,500. That's down 0.4% year over year. So it's basically flat. And we can kind of see that we've been September of our years since 23, when we kind of saw the stall in the market, has been basically the median prices there. And that's a good sign for me, because it means that the market hasn't really crashed in Collier County. Sure, we have seen an adjustment, but it hasn't really crashed. But I got thinking about it, and that September 2019 was my first full month in real estate. So I was like, what were the numbers back in 2019? So interestingly, the lowest sale in September 2019 was $55,000. Fast forward to 2025, the lowest sale was $120,000. And you can see here the same, top or bottom 15 or so. I'm not sure how many this is exactly, but exactly the same number of homes. You can see, pretty big difference when it comes to the pricing adjustment or the increase we have seen since 2019 and after the COVID pandemic craziness that we saw in the real estate market. Now let's look at the top end. 2019 of September, the top sale was $9,150,000. Fast forward to 2025, we saw a home sell in Port Royal for $24,950,000. And you can just see here down this list, same number of transactions, and the numbers are just considerably higher. That's the Collier County market. We have homes that are, the $24 million homes that sell. And then we have the $150,000 condos and small homes that may need work, the Golden Gate Estates. This September, the bottom sale was I think $350,000. That's a home that needed work, probably worth 400 to 50,000 when done, but it was priced accordingly and it sold. So we see here that the pricing has definitely grown since 2019, before COVID, and my first year in real estate. So, I've heard people make comments, oh my goodness, the market's going to be back to, 2008, 2009 numbers. No, they're not. Plain and simple, they're not. So let's continue. New listings. We saw 1,089 listings hit the market. That's down 7%. Year over year. Still a good number, kind of the typical number that we see in September. That gave us a total number of homes for sale of 5,416 homes. That's up 3.7%. But again, way up over 2023. And if we look, obviously we were still building up inventory. This past winter, we saw record inventory levels. Are we going to do that again? Not real sure, but we see here just the trends, right? But when we look at 2019 area, we're actually below inventory from, number of homes for sale. We actually are on the lower side than we were, say, in 2019 or going into COVID. And of course, the COVID craziness, and then we've been building it up. And we had record highs here. But, again, we've already talked about that. So let's move on. Months of supply, 5 months worth of inventory. Marginal, but still a buyer's market. Last year, this time, we were just starting to get into a buyer's market. Obviously, we were in a neutral market because no one could buy houses because of interest rates and fears of the economy. But the reality is that we definitely have more inventory, but it's not we're not at 10 or 11 months like we saw earlier this year. Again, here that's what we're talking about. Pending sales, we saw 670 homes go under contract in the month of September. That's a good solid number. That is up 26%. I'd like to see that. That's exciting to me. September was in 23 was about the month that we saw the market kind of stall. So it's good to see us back up to a more kind of typical number. Closing 669. That's up 17% year over year. And again, 24 was bad. 25 hasn't been much better, but it's great to see it's starting to trend up. Days on market, median 86 days on the market. And when we look back at 2019, 8 days difference. It's not the end of the world. It's not horrible. Average 110 days. And I'm going to say, yes, that is really the average. I mean, that's what I tell sellers of what they can expect is in this range. Some communities like the Golden Gate Estates, new construction, are definitely less than that. But an average days on market, it's going to take about 3 to 4 months to sell your home. So with that note, if you're thinking about selling your home, my Sell It Stress-Free system is designed for this market. It is getting homes sold in a good amount of time for a good, fair market value. In fact, just had a house close for asking price in just under 6 days. So buyers are out there looking for homes, and they're not necessarily looking to take you down in price if it's priced exactly right. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, or particularly if you're thinking about selling, I encourage you to visit my website, call or text me, and let's have a conversation about whether now is the right time for you to sell. I'm going to say this, I've been saying it for months. If you bought your home after COVID, we really need to have a conversation about where you stand and where your house's pricing is today. But if you bought your home before COVID, that 2019 period, you are sitting on quite a bit of potential equity. And if you need to sell your home, I'd love to talk to you about how we get your home sold. Not interested in worrying about getting your home as a stat for me on the market. My care and my concern is for you to get your home sold. So call, text me, or visit my website and let's have a conversation. And of course, if you're thinking about buying a home here in Southwest Florida, call or text me today at 239-450-5786. Thank you for watching this video. And if you would like the video and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified about future videos, I can help you stay in contact with what's happening in the market so that you can make the right decision on when's the right time for you and your family to buy a home here in beautiful paradise of Southwest Florida. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.